Oh,
Go.
so we've been waiting a very long time to make this happen. Lots and lots of nagging, and we had to get you to put on a fantastic competition next week or this weekend that we're going to chat about. So welcome to Coffee and Conversations with Champions, Laura DeVet. Hey, hold on. You know, I actually need one of these.
Yay!
Hey, there we go.
You got
Awesome. There you go.
finally.
Yeah, finally. You can see I've got too much time on my hands, too many toys. Huh? So, Laura,
Yeah.
welcome to the show and something we're really excited about because you've got a phenomenal. I just want to see if I can move your screen a little bit here. We've got a phenomenal competition coming up on the weekend, and we're going to chat about that. But just very quickly, can you give us a quick intro as to who Barbell Bullies are and who you are? And very quickly, very short, how we started, you guys started, and then we can get going on talk about the comp.
Yeah. Well, basically, of course, I met the love of my life, which is Mr. Henk de Wet, in the year, well, the 1st of December 2000.
Okay.
And I was just normal personal trainer. And then this guy came into my life and told me that the type of training I'm doing is not good enough. Like, I think I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Right.
And then kind of like we kind of started powerlifting 2003. We were actually introduced, obviously, through Rodney Anthony.
Yep.
He kind of took us in and kind of showed us the ropes. And of course, we got hooked immediately. And so like this was a great, kind of way of getting into more strength conditioning. Hank's always been training people for sport specific, as long as I've known him. And this was just even better, kind of getting into a sport that has longevity in it.
Yes.
And basically, yeah, the two of us, we were the athletes first, and obviously slowly introduced it into some of our clients' kind of training. And then I would say like 2014, we kind of established Barbell Bullies, where the clients became more and more like athletes. And we started off with 8 athletes, and now we're over 70 lifters.
Sure.
I still compete. Henk is just like there is no time to be the coach, the mentor, the athlete, the whatever. So, and I mean, I think would love to still be part of that athlete part, but he's living through all his lifters.
Yep.
And we just have the coach still to now actually as a family, even both my daughters and myself still kind of competing and just grown the sport as much as we can, and like I say, built a community with kind of like a safe, happy place for people. So we've been actually in the current building that we are now. We'll be celebrating our 7th year in the building that we are now. So like I said, like we established 2014,
Right.
but being in this particular space, we've been in here since 2016. So
Awesome.
yeah, so that's a little bit about us. I mean, we've got like I think a few world champs in here.
Yep.
Um,
Absolutely. You know, I think that's the one message that comes across from chatting to your athletes, that, you know, it's a family, it's a safe place, it's a place that, you know, I think, you know, I arrived there on a Sunday morning last week or the week before to record it. Like, people are just there training on their own, they're getting their stuff done, getting their programming, and then you guys jump in, help them when they need the help. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to say. And I think, and you and Henk are also both champions.
yeah, we just love the whole sport, like you say, the camaraderie between the athletes, and also seeing how people are growing, also wanting to be coaches as well, like getting more and more involved. And I think whoever's coming to the fun comp on this weekend will experience the Bullies vibe of where every athlete becomes a coach, a helper, whatever it is. Like, we've got so many guys that's going to come and assist on the day, especially for a new lifter, being chucked in the deep end,
Yes.
not knowing what the rules and whatever. So it's going to have like a workshop kind of vibe also for the newer lifter to learn kind of like how to squat properly, bench properly, deadlift properly, what to expect in a kind of comp vibe, walking out on that platform. So somebody will assist each athlete going onto the platform, putting in their next attempt, like all the things that we actually take for granted now because we've done it so many times that, and you sometimes forget how overwhelming it can be. For a first-time lifter that has no experience, don't understand what it means when you say to them, please send me your openers and what is, the weigh-in time and what that, like people don't know what to expect really. So we want to kind of like have lots of these kind of fun club comps for people to not be so overwhelmed and see it's something that's like fun to do. Not everybody wants to be a serious lifter, but it's nice to have an event like this where it doesn't matter where you're from, to kind of come in a safe environment, like I say, feeling that you're not going to hurt yourself. There's going to be guidance, there's going to be spotters, there's going to be a lot of people nurturing people to make it like the experience that we've had growing up with a sport, that it's just such an incredible thing to be part of and want the longevity in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. So let's chat about the comp. Tell us about this weekend. What's planned?
So we've had such an incredible response. We're at like 110 entries.
What?
So I think it's the biggest ever, like kind of like fun kind of comp.
We have to do one of
that
these
we've ever had. Like,
yeah.
That's tough. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah.
So we basically thought, because we also wanted to flow nicely, that it doesn't become this long drag of a day and then you as an athlete get exhausted. We've actually split it into 3 competitions, if that makes sense. So Saturday morning we'll have our first comp, which Wayne is at 7, lifting at 9. And we've got 15 athletes per flight, so it should kind of like flow quite nicely. And then the afternoon sessions, Wayne at 12, lifting at 2. Quite a lot of, like I say, IPF lifters that's even been on international platform is going to be in both of those sessions on Saturday. So there's going to be some good lifts. I think there's 3 guys planning to open on a 280 deadlift. So there's going to be some big lifts coming. So just for like, we want to create a bit of like a show kind of feeling as well. So make it more like fun for the spectators as well, that they don't sit and be bored. So I think they're going to see some incredible lifting happening, and we're going to get it to flow quite good, so that that it becomes a little more entertaining. And then on this Sunday we can have our 3rd session, because like I said, it's been I think we've got about 35 or 40 lifters for Sunday, which we're just going to split into 2 flights. Also, again, not for the day to drag on too long for people. So so exciting. We've been so blessed. We've had lots of sponsorship coming through. We've teamed up with Biogen. So it's a combined Biogen Barbell Bullies comp, which hopefully this will become like an annual thing, and we can grow this thing into like more like a festival type of fun feel thing. So that's why it's called Lift Off. So Biogen is sponsoring us quite a few prizes. And then on the prizes, I know there was a lot of questions. We're actually going to determine prizes for the overall lifters. It's just on IPF points, so we don't have weight divisions. So it's more like, like Arnold's, that we're going to have light, middleweight, heavyweight kind of classes, and then have best lifters. So and like I say, you're going to see there's going to be a guy that's 74 kilos in the same session as a guy that's 105 kilos that might be lifting the same. So we're trying to have all the big lifts together.
Both of those are still both of those are still lightweights. It's fine.
I know, it's lightweight.
Okay.
So and like I said, then other things, lift fit, gym gear. They are also coming. They're going to put up a nice big pop-up store. They're bringing a whole lot of the, I don't know if you've followed LiftFit. They've got really stunning gym apparel. It is squat proof. They've got stunning like ladies and men stuff that they're going to have here. They're going to have a little change room. You can try on clothes and you can purchase it from
Fantastic.
here.
And
Biogen will be
we can
also
chat
having
to
a
them as
pop-up store.
well. So the Biogen guys are going to be there and the LiftFit guys. So we can chat to them as well and interview them a little bit for the live
That's
stream,
it.
which would be great. So we can help get them some extra exposure as well. Awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're having Draag. They also sponsored us some smelling salts and chalk. And then in our shopping center alone, the spa has done some prizes for us. Beach Blanket, Bohemia, the restaurant upstairs, they have given us some vouchers. So all the salons and places upstairs. So we've got so many prizes,
Awesome.
and we're going to make it fun. It's going to be prizes for spectators. It's going to be prizes for the lifters. We're going to make up some fun ways of handing out these prizes. So
So
not
that's
all just to
amazing.
do with
Okay.
lifting.
So there's prizes for the spectators as well. I mean, that's something that's new.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Can you tell us a
Yeah.
bit sort of what is the thinking around that? I mean, how have you sort of got a plan with that yet, or is it a surprise?
Yeah, there's some surprises, but one is we're gonna like do some animal calls, we're gonna see who can do the best. I don't know, we'll see, like who can make the best turkey or
Okay.
we're gonna do some like interesting, fun things that anybody can take part in. It just doesn't have to all be about strength. It's
Yes.
because people have other talents as well, and
Right.
we want to explore this all on our fun lifting day.
100%.
Um, for the athletes, one of them is going to be best walkouts
Right.
for deadlift, approaching the bar. So, I don't know, people can be creative, I don't know, they can go practice, timing's just got to be right. And therefore, we did ask all our lifters to send us their walkout song. So we're trying to do something different where every athlete feels they have their little moments. So as they start
Yes.
loading your bar, your song will start playing, but it's your song for the day. So for every lift, we're going to play your song, So we do have one guy. I mean, Ken's going to be very upset with me right now. But of course, we already selected his song and he's getting Barbie Girl because,
He's a Barbie
sorry,
girl.
Ken.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough. 100%. Okay. Awesome. So I think then just with that, excuse me, let's talk about the process on the day. All right. So someone who's never lifted before, and I think that's what's fantastic. If people haven't had the experience before, I think you've got some first-time competition lifters, right? What do they expect? They
Mm.
arrive at the venue. Let's walk them through that process.
Yeah, so obviously, like I say, the weigh-in is not compulsory. The weigh-in is specific for the person that wants to see what their IPF points are, or if they want to be in the running for a best lifter prize. So at the weigh-in or registration, for the newer lifters, we're going to give them like a green band,
Mm-hmm.
so that also the referees will be aware that this is a first-time lifter. That also they're going to be more lenient on like
Yes.
the IPF rules. And then in their warm-ups, we've got some of our guys that's going to come and assist them in the warm-up and going through the commands, what to expect, what is the rule. So we'll in the squat warm-up obviously go through the squat commands, and then when they come back to warm up for the bench, we'll go through their bench commands, and when they come
Okay.
through back for the deadlift warm up, we'll go through the deadlift commands. So for a first time lifter, I understand like they don't understand how it like flows, but they're getting 3 attempts at squats, 3
Mm-hmm.
attempts at bench, and 3 attempts at deadlift.
Okay.
And like I say, how it works with flight 1 and 2. Flight 1 will go out first and do all 3 their squats. And while they're squatting, flight 2 will be busy warming up. And then again, as flight 1 finish their squats, they'll start warming up for bench while flight 2 is competing. And then the same with the deadlift. So there's more than enough time to kind of go through each lifter. Like I said, there's going to be at least one coach for 2 racks, so for 4 people, just so in little small groups will assist them in the warm-ups,
Okay, great.
so that they're not confused. And obviously, we'll have a specific holding area before they go on, and then somebody will guide them also to the platform, and just kind of like shout from the side to remember certain things. But if you're a first-time lifter, obviously our referees are going to be very gentle, and and like I say, if you lose your balance or do something, we just in that moment we'll give you another attempt as well. We're not going to
Fantastic.
let the guys, yeah. So if they need to do another attempt or so, we're going to allow them to have a extra attempt if needed.
Oh, brilliant. That's so I think, just to put it very simply for people who are coming to their first competition, your hand's going to be held from the time you arrive until the very end. They're going to walk you through. You can ask questions. You're going to be guided. There's no wrong questions or silly questions. So it's a fun way to come and not sort of wonder what's going on. We do it like with holding areas, sort of that's where you wait to be called for your lift,
Yeah.
and you are called, you come out, and that's when you're given your lift. You've got your commands for your squat, your bench, and your deadlift. So you're going to go through all of that with the lifters, and they're really there just to have fun. And they'll have a chance to practice in the warm-up area, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And let's just say, like, hopefully it will encourage some guys to say, okay, next year,
Yeah.
Bullies are going to host Gauteng, so hopefully that will encourage a whole lot of new lifters to want to partake then into like a proper IPF event. That will be next year, February.
Right.
So this will be kind of like a nice kind of like introduction to powerlifting.
Fantastic. So
Um,
if we talk about Gautengs, we're talking about Gauteng provincial championships, which you
yes,
qualify for national championships. So if you want to go and compete on a national level, you're going to come to Bullies next year and you're going to qualify for Gauteng. Now, where the provincials are different to the nationals is all you have to do is your qualifying numbers, right? You have to lift a specific weight in your weight category and age. It's not like a national team where there's limits on the number of team members. So it's great. If you want to have an opportunity to represent South Africa, coming to Bullies next year is your first step. So perfect.
awesome.
Also 100%. And then everyone can qualify, if you get the numbers, and I think the numbers are pretty easy as well. And you guys will also help people with sort of guiding them to their numbers and getting their lifts in and dialed in correctly. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, on the day we'll kind of like we've got all those numbers obviously up in the gym also. So if the guys are interested, there'll be some guidance and somebody can explain to them
Perfect.
how that will work.
Right.
And you can kind of see where you are now, and then what you want to work towards to. And like I said, it's a nice time of the year now. There's enough time to prep for something
Yeah.
bigger. If soos hulle sê as jy goggal byt.
Yeah. So now, do you have a specific date next year in Feb for Gautengs, or are we just looking at the month so far?
Yeah, no, I've got a good idea. We were thinking of the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th of Feb
Okay.
because, like I said, obviously people are now going to train now, go on their December holiday, come
Yes.
back, feel like you need enough time to prep for Gautengs, and then there must still be 6 weeks before our nationals,
Yes.
which I think that middle of Feb will give people enough time then to prep for their nationals. So we were kind of working backwards more from nationals.
Yes. But because I think,
Like I say, Gauteng, you just want to go and qualify, but
mm,
nationals, you want to do well if you want to be selected
for the
for the international teams. And I know there's lots of big comps coming up and in SA next
yes.
year, our Commonwealth, Africa's, and Master Worlds.
Hmm.
So I'm sure there's a lot of people that's going to be keen to try and qualify next year.
So I think we can actually chat about that because it's such a great point. Or, that the thing is, And also, I don't want to forget because they call you the law, and we'll chat about that.
I
So,
don't know
you
about
know,
that.
yeah, you guys know, I mean, you guys know from a coaching point and an athlete point how expensive it is for South Africans to travel internationally. Most of the competitions are in the
Mm.
Northern Hemisphere. So you're getting to Canada, you're getting to Europe, or, you're going really over to New Zealand. Next year, World Bench is in Texas. It's really expensive. So now is an
Yeah.
opportunity with three major competitions to represent South Africa in South Africa, where you're paying a local hotel rate, you are having local travel costs. I don't think there's been a better opportunity in a while to perform. I think last year we had Worlds in South Africa, but there was just the one competition. We had bench this year, but that's one. We've got three comps next year. So this is really
Yeah.
vital for guys to come in and do what they can do, get ready to train for Gauteng champs next year in Feb. So we said so that's why I just grabbed my calendar here, looking at February. I think that's the second weekend in February, right? So that's great. And I
Yeah.
think also what's going to be fantastic about Gauteng Champs is you said it's over 4 days. It's going to be a big competition. And athletes need that exposure and that
Mm.
experience with a big comp so that you can be prepared for Worlds. So I think if anyone's thought about powerlifting, and there's an opportunity to qualify and represent your country, there's never been a better time in essays. So it's absolutely good. So how many guys do you think are you expecting having at Gauteng's? Because I think you guys are probably going to be about 90 by then. I mean, just 90 athletes
Sure.
from,
Yeah.
I mean, you're up to 70 already. I think
Yeah.
you're the biggest gym as in Gauteng at the moment, and I think nationally probably.
Yeah, we had 65 lifters at Classic this year at SAs.
Yeah. So a lot of
Yeah,
cardio
like
for
I
the
say,
coaches,
it
eh?
was nice. I think,
Yeah.
you know, but it's because the guys, like I say, not having crazy expectations, but just want to be part of something and just having fun. And like I say, we can have like four or whatever more athletes in
Mhm.
same weight divisions, and it's just so nice to see how
Yeah.
they are for each other, not against each other. Like there's really healthy kind of
Yeah.
competition there, and you know the best man will win on the day, but everybody will get an equal, fair
Mm.
chance. So we never favor like one lifter above another lifter. If it comes to the last, whatever, you're going to do your best squat, you're going to do your best deadlift, your best bench. When it comes to deadlift, it boils down. We had it now at equipped as well. We had two of our athletes against each other, and
Yeah.
Henke to make the call, and he calculated, said, "Look, if you get this, you win, and if you get that, you're going to win." And it was
That's
open book. It was, there's no favoritism.
mm.
Even like it's boiled down to my daughter before, with the athletes, even with myself.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been in that position where it's like it's on the day, and it's like I say, it's healthy competition. You got to learn to be happy for other people. And we want everybody to have an opportunity, which is great. And that's why we were saying October next year is so exciting because of having all these competitions. It's like they trying to make a spot for everybody to be
Mm.
able to be part of an international. How
Yeah.
incredible! All in one place. I mean, it's great. It's all in Sun City,
Yeah.
as far as I know.
Yeah. I think Sun
So
City and
yeah,
all
we'll
over
just be.
over the
Bullies
same
will
time
be
frame.
in Sun City in October.
Yeah. You're moving bullies to Sun City.
Hopefully they fix the Valley of Waves. We can actually catch a tan maybe somewhere in between if we're lucky.
Yeah. The last two times at Sun City, it's closed. It's not fair. Have to call
I
out
know.
the Sun International guys. Come on, Oaks. Open that
Yeah,
Valley of Waves.
come on. Fix the Valley.
So I think so. The comp this weekend, obviously the entries are closed. If guys still want to come and see what it's about, to see if they want to get involved in lifting, they can come through and chat. They can chat. There'll be coaches there they can speak to,
Yeah?
and see, like now's the time to get involved. You're never going to have an opportunity to represent like the SA and medal, you know, at an international like you're going to have next year. But now's the time that it starts. So the thing, one thing, and I'll tell you, there's no entry fee, right? People can just come in and they can come and watch.
That's it.
Fantastic.
Come and watch, come and scream. We need rent a crowd. The
Yep.
guys, obviously, it's so nice to have the spectators there. And like I say, we're going to even try and make it fun for the spectator. Like I say, we're going to hand out some prizes for the audience as well.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, like I say, powerlifting is community, it's family, so we want all the friends, the family, the children to come. Like I say, we're going to have some all sorts of stuff happening. And we are, like I say, the athlete is going to warm up in the actual gym in Barbell Bullies, and then we have managed the space next door to us was nice and big.
Yeah.
So we're actually hosting it next door. So the hall is big. It's not going to be all tight and squeezed up. So we've got at least 70 or 80 chairs to fill for spectators. There's space for the kids to run around. So
Yeah.
we'll make it look. By Gauteng's, hopefully I'll have a jumping castle for the children.
Yeah. Sorry, you mean Carl Noonan? Sorry, you broke up.
Yeah.
Carl gets his own jumping castle. Awesome. So yeah. So will there be food and drinks available, or do they go? They can go upstairs in the mall.
We're gonna have like a barista that will be doing coffees and teas and stuff for us, and then you know, it's a great guy that Rodney and Carol also used for Gauteng. They put me onto Emmanuel. He's gonna be our barista for the day, and then there will be another table where they'll be selling like waters and cool drinks and basic things. But yeah, so like we obviously trying to also promote beach blankets and the spa. They're all giving us prizes. So yeah, so the center has a lot to offer. We also have a Kauai now, so you can have something healthier. There's Kauai, there's the pizza bar, there is Istanbul, and there's obviously lots of parking. There's underground parking, upstairs parking, there's security. So it's nice to have it in the center, so you can get breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever, snacks.
Awesome. So all the details are on your website. Is that correct? Or on your social? So how do people get hold of you?
On Instagram, if they just go on Barbell Bullies, Barbell_Bullies. That's our Instagram page. And
I'm going to add
guys are more than welcome to even WhatsApp me or just message on Instagram. We'll definitely get back to any questions asked. Like I know there's some people that's not sure what to wear and that type of thing. So you know, your athlete that's been kind of in the sport will obviously be kitted out in their SBD or their IPF approved apparel, because I'm sure they would all like to wear their outfits. But for somebody that's new, don't go waste money or spend money. Like just something comfortable. Obviously, we have to kind of see where the hip crease is, and basic t-shirt. Obviously, kind of like don't come in your bikini, but you know, I'm sure some people will appreciate that. But you know, so obviously wear some appropriate clothing. You know, that's comfortable to bench and squat and deadlift in. But that also
will there be a potential prize for the best outfit?
You know, maybe I've already thought of that. You know, I don't know. Bring a feather boa. You might get a prize for it.
100%. Awesome.
Best deadlift socks. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, absolutely. There you go. And you know, if they don't stop at the knees and they keep going up, maybe you'll let them. Fantastic.
Isn't that called band? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely banned. So I think what we spoke about. If we have a chat, because I think we spoke a little bit earlier. Maybe on Thursday we can do a live stream and put that out. so where people can come on and ask questions. I don't know how you sort of Thursday evening, that might be the best. And we can set a
Sure.
time.
Yeah. No, we can
Okay.
do that.
All
We
right.
can do that.
So
We can do
like even a
half
quick
past 6 or 6
20, 20
p.m.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like maybe like a 6:30, is that good?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. We normally we until 8 p.m. So
Okay.
we can do.
Yeah.
I'm sure he can hold the fort. You know, maybe we can drag him into the interview,
Yeah.
but that's going to be
That's
hard.
it. So all
You
right. So
know,
we'll
he likes
confirm
to
like
be in the
about,
background.
yeah, no, he loves being in the background. So we can look at it like a 6:30 or 7 on Thursday. We'll put up some details. Guys can come onto our YouTube channel and Facebook page, and they can then pose questions, and you can answer them. So that'll be great.
Awesome.
Awesome. And that's a big thing with
Cool.
with the live stream that we're doing. People can post comments. They can support their friends, support their families. If they don't even know the lifters, they can come on board and support the lifters. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So, Lloyd, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to end the recording now, and I'll just chat to you afterwards as well quickly.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Lloyd, for coming on. I know it was, you guys are really busy. You're like a couple of days away from the comp. We really appreciate it. Cool. And